I want to introduce to you a beautiful person that I had a chance to meet earlier this week on Zoom. Her name is Artis. Amber is a certified matchmaker of 22 years, and she's the CEO of Select Date Society. She is also, listen to me very carefully, she is also a sudden cardiac arrest and stroke survivor. That's two things, cardiac arrest and stroke, okay? Two different things, two different times. So I want to thank you so much, Amber, in advance for being here and sharing your story with us. Welcome, Artis.
It's good to be here. And I will tell you all, I'm going to share a couple of experiences with you, and perhaps you'll realize and understand why I am actually truly grateful to be here with you today. So I was just 29 years old when I suffered an ischemic stroke. The cause was a medical mystery. It was Thanksgiving and I was visiting my mother. I had stayed overnight at her house with my 9-month-old. My daughter was 9 months old at the time. Everyone was going out Black Friday shopping. This was way back in the day when people left in the middle of the night to do their shopping the day after Thanksgiving. And so I was the one staying home with the kids. My niece and nephew were 10 and 11 at the time, and they were sleeping in the living room. I woke up early in the morning, about 5 a.m. I went to step out of bed and I fell to the floor. My legs were not working. I saw my cell phone on the desk across the room. I went to try to go for it and I couldn't move. My body wasn't responding. It's really interesting because my brain was working. I knew what was going on, but my body just wasn't cooperating. I went to call out for help and I just made this really weird gurgling sound. And I was able to just kind of keep making that sound, trying my best to scream over and over until finally my niece and nephew came running to the bedroom and they called 911 and were able to get me to the hospital. I had a long recovery. I was in a rehabilitation hospital. I had to learn to walk and talk again. I had to really learn everything all over again. When I first went home, I wasn't even able to lift up my daughter, who was 9 months old at the time. My muscles were so weak, they just didn't know how to work. And it was really heartbreaking. But I made a full recovery and I was in pretty good shape for a long time, 11 years in fact, until last May. And so last April, I celebrated my 40th birthday. And then a month later, Mother's Day in May, I experienced a sudden cardiac arrest. I know how fortunate I am to have survived. The odds of surviving an out of hospital sudden cardiac arrest are very low. Here's the thing, the sudden cardiac arrest occurred while I was driving with my family in the car. So just let that sink in. It's Mother's Day. I'm behind the wheel. My heart stops with the people I love most in the world there with me. Now, I don't remember anything from that day. In fact, I don't even remember getting dressed that morning. But what I'm told is that I literally just fell over while I was driving. My foot was on the gas. I drove over several lanes of traffic and hit a brick home head on. The vehicle started smoking, and thankfully everybody else in the vehicle was okay. My family members were able to get out okay. My fiance pulled me from the vehicle, and somebody who just stopped at the scene performed CPR on me until EMS arrived. Thankfully, this all happened within a mile of a fire station, and so EMS were there within minutes. They were able to use the defibrillator to restart my heart. I spent several days, about 10 days in the hospital, and then before I went home, they did a surgery and they implanted a defibrillator permanently in my chest. So it's kind of an insurance policy if my heart were to ever stop beating again. And I'm doing well now. Life is good. My business is good. My family is good. And I am just so happy to be with all of you today. I know how lucky I am. I don't know the name of the woman who saved me that day. The woman who performed CPR literally saved my life. And I thank her every single day. I know that most people who suffer a sudden cardiac arrest don't survive. And the reason is there's no one there to perform CPR until EMS arrives, or maybe people are present, but they're just not trained. They don't know what to do. And that's why the work of the American Heart Heart Association is just so important to me. Their research funds, life-saving protocols, patient care procedures, medical devices, CPR training, and a lot more. And there's a direct link between the work of the American Heart Association and the fact that people like me get to stick around, raise our kids, and have a chance to live longer, healthier lives. And so I just want to thank all of you for your generosity today, your generosity of spirit and giving. It just means so much to my family. So thank you.